Boys are here, so it must be time to talk sport. Winston Aldworth and Chris Reive from the Herald. Good morning.
G'day.
Now, I spoke to Marg Foster this morning on Netball, and she's hilarious, by the way. Well, you will know that.
Great woman.
A great woman. And she said, she said, I shouldn't say this, but I actually feel like the Dame Knowles stuff, bad publicity is good publicity. You know, any publicity is good publicity. And she said she's having strangers come up to her on the street. Never seen a game of netball in their life asking about netball. So is there kind of a perverse benefit here to the sport, Chris? Or Winston?
Well, you take this one.
I think there is. Not to show you too much of how the sausage gets made, but there was an All Black squad naming this week, but our biggest stories for audience interest have been around the Silver Ferns, and that kind of doesn't happen very often. It shows how much people care. And it shows people love sport, but they love the off-field drama as well. Like one of the reasons I always think European football is so fascinating is the people that sort of mouth off at each other, and this manager doesn't like that man. Characters like Jose Mourinho, and this is all a bit more serious, and there's lawyers involved.
Yeah.
It shows how much people care about the code, and they care about Dame Knowles.
Yes.
Too, and it'll run, and it's kind of good too for us, because there's no end in sight.
It's not about us, Winston. It's not about us.
This is a great story, the gift that keeps on giving. Chris, it's far from hurting the sport. I think it's probably doing a lot for interest. But as you say, there is a more serious issue. If they go, because they've got Constellation Cup, the Aussies are much tougher than the South Africans were. If they don't win, these games, they've got 4 of them, does that put more pressure on Netball New Zealand to bring Dame Knowles back?
I think there will be if they don't perform well against Australia. Australia are going to be very tough. We saw against South Africa that they quite often would just, lob the ball into Grace Wecke and should be able to kind of muscle their way against South Africans and get it done. I don't think they're going to be able to do that quite as consistently against Australia. So it's going to be a tougher series, and it's really going to show where the Silver Ferns are. If they're getting embarrassed by the Australians, then there's going to be a lot more pressure on what's happening with the coaching setup.
What about Formula One? It's Texas this weekend, isn't it?
That's right.
Liam Lawson, how's he looking?
How's it? Well, we just saw some photos of him wearing quite garish cowboy gear, so he's looking pretty good. Looking very Zoolander too. How's he going? Where are we at with this season? He started terribly, kind of had some good results, had his best ever result, came in, was he 5th? I think it's still on the line, and he needs to keep beating Tsunoda consistently, and he needs to get ahead of Hadger as much as he can. I think the rivalry, the seat he's racing for is between him and Tsunoda. For next year.
Yeah. What about the coverage? Because there was all these stories last week about them focusing too much, the cameras, on the girlfriends and not the actual racing. Do you think, as a viewer, was that a problem? Is it a problem?
As a viewer, I think you need to break up the action with something, right? Maybe it doesn't have to be wives and girlfriends. Maybe it could be other things going on. But I mean, for the racing purists, they probably just want to watch the racing. But you're trying to appeal to the wider audience as well on the broadcast, and I think people want to see something aside from that, see what else is going on the track. It's a long time to sit there and watch cars going around.
It is. F1's, going back to that earlier point, F1's a great example of a sport where the sport is only part of it's only part of the show, right? It's glamour, it's the whole story. So.
And sorry, someone's just whispering in my ear. What are you saying, Paul?
We'll just look over there.
Oh, Drive to Survive. Paul's saying Drive to Survive is driving all of this. The documentary series is basically the reason they're getting them involved. But also you think like Taylor Swift, what she's done over there, turning up, and then there's cameras, and then there's way more interest in viewers. So maybe there's a method to the madness. So coming back to that All Blacks squad naming for the Northern Hemisphere named on Tuesday, what are the chances of them pulling off a Grand Slam here, and does it matter?
I think it matters a lot for Razor. If he gets away with the Grand Slam, this has been a successful year, and if he doesn't, then this year's been very mixed, and it'll be tough. Ireland have turned us over, and England will be tough. And Gregor Paul, our Scottish rugby analyst, says that Scotland will be tough. Scotland have never beaten the All Blacks, but we'll be watching that one with interest too.
All right, fantastic. You guys are wearing colourful jerseys. I'm assuming something's happening.
It's Friday.
Footy Shirt Friday.
Is that it?
Yeah, Auckland
That's
FC start this weekend, and don't know what you're wearing, mate. What
I'm
is that?
just up the necky.
Yeah,
I mean, they're done for the season, but
Okay.
still, up the
I
necky.
was like, is there some sort of cross code thing
Hey,
happening?
next Friday, you've got to be in one. Okay?
What? One of these?
Well, any sports shirt on Friday.
We can supply one
Yeah.
for you.
I'll wear a netball bib.
Go on.
Oh, yeah, go on.
You'd like that, wouldn't you, boys? Right.